Hello, people. Today I'm going to show you how to develop your pieces in the opening. In the opening, I have one general rule. Never move piece more than once if you do not have to. What I mean is, let's say if you move your knight over here, this is just an example, don't play like this. Uh, do not move here. Look at what you've done. You move your knight twice in the opening. This is not good in chess. You generally want to move your piece only once in the opening so that your other pieces don't get left out. So, how do you start the game? I've seen many beginners play like this. This is really bad because you don't open up any pieces. You only open up your rook. And even that, you are like prone to getting your rook taken. So I strongly don't recommend playing like that. What you should do instead is play e4. If you're a d4 player, I'll do that in a separate video. Now let's look at e4. Why you should play e4? Because you open up your queen and bishop. Look at how many squares both of them are looking at. That's why e4 is so popular. So let's just do the same thing. There are many responses for black. There's e4, there's e5, there's c5, there's c6. There's so many different responses, but this is not the opening video. This is just showing a video to show you how to develop your pieces. So put your full focus on white for this video. Now, where you should put your knight here. This is where you should always put your knight. Do not put it here. Do not put it here. Why? Because you want to control these four squares. So if you put it here, you are not controlling these four squares. These four squares are the most important squares to control in chess. Therefore, you need to make sure all your pieces are looking at those four squares. And if you play like this, you block your queen and bishop. So you should play like this. Let's just make a random move. Now, where should you put your bishop? This light square bishop, you should put over here. There are openings where you put over here. This is called the Ruy Lopez, but you need to memorize a sequence of moves for that. So just play like this. Let's just make a move with black. Make sure not to give away this pawn for free. This pawn is unprotected. So make sure to protect that pawn and in the same time consolidate the center with your pieces. Now let's just make a move for black. Now what you should do, there is a move in chess called castling. This move takes your king away from the center where most of the pieces will be controlling. By moving your king away from the center, you're keeping the king safer. Here, the king is like in a fortress over here. So it's good I recommend you to hustle most of the time. Most of the time, hustling is the best move when it's available. Now let's just do the same thing for black. Now you should open up this pawn. You can play over here or over here, doesn't matter. If if possible, try to put two pawns in the center. If your opponent plays something passive, like for example, your opponent plays like this, then you should put two pawns in the center. You should put two pawns when it's available. So let's go back to the move earlier. Uh, we can play this. You should play this to open up this bishop, this or this. Now the dark square bishop is open. So where you should put it? Obviously, you can't put it same like the light square bishop. It will get taken. So you should put it either over here or over here. Sometimes you can put it over here and pin the knight to the queen. If that's available, you should do that. So you can go like this or like that. Now let's make a move for black. Okay, black plays this. Here, you should either take or go back. What happens if you don't? Let's say you play like this. Then black will take this and you'll get double pawns. That's very bad in chess. You should always try not to get double pawns. So let's just make a different move for black for now. Now, where should you put these three pieces? Queen, you can either put it over here or here. I suggest putting it over here. It doesn't matter. Why did I do that? Because I want to connect my rooks. In chess, you want to connect your rooks in the opening. Connected rooks are very strong. So let's just make a move for black. Let's say like this. Now, where should you put your rook? You can leave your rooks over here, or an idea is keeping the rooks in the center. When two rooks are in the center, you're controlling the 4 meter squares I told you earlier. So that's where you should put your rooks. So look at this position. This is like a dream position for white. White is controlling these 4 squares so many times. So if you want to get a good position, this is what you should go for. And what you should do after this, you can try to get a pawn break. After doing all this, you can go for a pawn break. And I'll stop the video here for now. I hope you learned something valuable today, and thank you.